Hey guys, it's Seoul. Today I want to talk about something that changed how I experience Seoul, living near the Han River. When people think about Seoul, they usually imagine neon lights, busy streets, and packed subway trains. And that's true. Seoul is a very dense, very fast city. But right in front of everything, let's put these things aside, there's something surprisingly calm, the Han River. And what's interesting is that most locals don't treat it like a tourist attraction. It's more like a shared backyard for the entire city. One thing that surprised me when I moved here is how easy it is to reach the river. If you live nearby, it usually takes only 3 to 10 minutes to get there. You don't have to plan a special trip. You don't need to buy a ticket. You just walk. You can just walk in. In many cities, waterfront areas are developed mainly for tourism. Think about places like Thames in London or the Hudson River in New York. Those areas often have restaurants, bars, expensive apartments, and crowded people. But the Han River feels different. Here, the river is integrated into daily life. It's not something you visit once a while. It's something you casually pass by on your evening walk. Another thing people often notice is how clean the area feels. One reason is that there are actually very few commercial businesses right next to the water. You won't see rows of restaurants blocking the views of the river. Most food vendors are small and regulated by the city. This keeps the riverfront relatively quiet. There's no strong smell of food or loud music blasting from bars. Instead, you mostly hear first the sound of bikes passing, second the wind over the water, and sometimes people quietly talking with friends. For a city with almost 10 million people, that's pretty rare. Seoul can feel very dense. High-rise apartments, office buildings, crowded streets. But the moment you step into one of the river parks, especially Yeouido Hangang Park, the city suddenly opens. The sky looks bigger, the passes stretches from kilometers, and the river itself is huge. At sunrise and sunset, the light reflects across the water and the whole space turns orange and pink. Sometimes I stop and think, this is in the middle of one of the busiest cities in Asia. That's amazing. And yet it feels calm. What I find most interesting is how people use the river. They're not here to take photos for social media or check a famous spot off their travel list. They're here to live their normal lives outside. You'll see people biking along the river path, having simple picnics with convenience store food, reading books on the grass, or just sitting and watching the sky changing the colors. Some people bring small tents. Some people bring fried chicken and beer, which is chimek. Some people just walk quietly with headphones on. So there's no schedule, no entrance fee, no expectations. It's just a place to exist for a while. Before living in Seoul, I used to think enjoying a city meant constantly doing things, trying new restaurants, visiting famous places, planning activities every weekend. But the Han River showed me a different rhythm. Sometimes the best part of living somewhere is simply having a place where you don't need to achieve anything. You just show up, walk a little, sit for a while, watch the sky, and somehow that feels enough. So if you ever visit Seoul, of course you can see the palaces, the markets, and the nightlife. But if you want to understand how locals actually experience this city, try something simpler. Go to the Han River, bring a drink, sit by the water, and just watch the evening happen. Because sometimes the most special part of the city are the ones that cost nothing at all. Thanks for watching my video today, and see you next time.